What is FEMA not telling you? You ever stopped and thought about that? How about the military joint exercises in U.S. cities? Jade Helm. How many knew about that? I want to show you. This is one of my document books with the Rex 84 agenda. See how thick it is? That's all stuff. It's 900 something pages long. This is the second of that book. Jade Helm. Operations. You know what HELM stands for? It stands for Homeland Eradication of Local Militia. There's the evidence right there. That was the 2015 exercise. There's been 2 others since then. Military training under the Rex 84. These areas took place in Germantown, Tennessee, Fort Knox, Kentucky, Athens, Georgia, Jackson, Mississippi. The first one that took place. The second one took place in Texas, New Mexico, Arizona, California, Utah, Colorado, Oregon, and Washington State. That was the 2006. See the map where it took place? So you got to ask yourself, why did they have these exercises in these areas? Well, it all falls under Rex 84. These books only hold so much, but the Rex 84, the FEMA camps, 647. I want to show you something. I'm going to read you something. This is the start of the Rex 84 doctrine that the United Nations indoctrinated. And Bill Clinton signed us away for it. All right. Disarmament, goals, and objective. In the world which the justice changes will take place in accordance with the principles of the United Nations guidelines. In other words, once it's implicated and martial law is declared in the state of emergency, that they're going to come and demand your guns. They're going to demand you follow them to these concentration camps where they have guillotines and crematories. The guillotines will be used to harvest organs. If you're a certain age, people, you just can't make this stuff up. And FEMA can't hide their stuff too well either, if you know where to look. This you can get through the Freedom of Information Act. It will cost you $1.50 per page. This is quite thick. I spent a little money on this. This is the 2017 quarterly expenditures for FEMA. This report here only went to Congress because they requested it. I'm going to read you something. This is in millions now. Millions of dollars. 123.5 million administrative modification provided to security guards, printers, toners, paper, and supplies to be sent to the North Carolina Regional FEMA office. $123 million. Here's another one. $141 million spent for exercise options for IPC 214. There's 214 again. I can't find where it's located and what it means. Here we go again. See, I've got them all documented. I'll read them to you because the fine print is kind of say, task orders for light towers support to be sent to mobilization areas. Here's another one. IGF, extended POP training for additional 3 months of portable toilets and hand wash stations for staging areas. Here's another one. Funding extended for a period of performance of of one 5,000-pound forklift to be sent along with 2 propane tank operated forklifts to staging areas, joint field offices in support of Directive 4286 in South Carolina. A lot of money that's being spent on mobile home parks that do not exist. Here we go. I'll read this right here. Modifications for joint field offices to be sent to the Brook Valley Mobile Home Community in support of Directive 4285 Rex 84 in North Carolina. They spent $8 million there. Here it is where they've got United Parcel and FedEx on contract to move a lot of this stuff that we're talking about, these coffins, private trucking companies, to pick up FEMA trailers. They've got in here mentioned that FEMA has taken over former supercenters, Walmart supercenters, to conduct field staging areas and offices. Here we go again. The purchase and modifications of performance printers, $33 million. Here's another one. Added funding for additional quantities of flooring, stock racks, paint and replacement, and toners for printers, $8,938,000. Office supplies at disaster relief centers, $4.4 million. Here's another one, $7.8 million. The Department of Homeland Security coordinator level supervisors payments. Somebody's making a lot of money here. There's one in Louisiana. Let me get right over here. I mean, this is not... Here we go. See right there where it says plastic coffins? Oh, you'll love this. Let's see here. $48.6 million for IGF Comstat wide wireless telecommunication systems to be implicated at FEMA centers. And here we go. Alltech Incorporated. This task order provides housing and inspections for service of development of plastic containers to be moved to the Missouri and Georgia field offices at assigned locations. That costs the taxpayer $928.243 million. Not thousands, people, millions. That's close to $1 billion, wouldn't you think? It goes on down here. I'll find you some more. Now, this was last year. Alltech Company is a company based in Ohio that is owned by Rubbermaid. They got the contract orders in 2015. They're still carrying out this order for these coffins. They also have contracted a plastic corporation in China that has to produce 2.5 million coffins. And they are wanting these orders to be fulfilled by September 2018. Let me see. I may be old, but I'm not senile yet. I think that's next month. Lord, our old lady, their friend over in Scotland, I imagine that just amazed you. Us hillbillies can keep track of the months like that. I'm still laughing about that, by the way. Anyway, more money, 41 million, 35 million, 46 million, 46.5 million for wireless communication and GPS systems. Yeah, we'll just get right over here. Here we go. These are trucking companies that are leased. See them right there? And where they are being leased to. It's called Wireline Movement Bridge. Virginia, New York, Louisiana, Georgia, Colorado, Florida, Alabama. and showing the money that is being spent for them. They fall under Verizon Event, not Verizon the communication, Verizon Event. If we understand, last year FEMA had a training session in 4 states out west called Verizon or Dark Sky Rising. It's all connected. Here's some more right here. See them right there? I got them. This is on the west east coast, South Carolina, Missouri again. $215.8 million again sent to Altec Corporation. The task order provides inspection services for the major disaster containers. Here we go. Containers for affected areas identified in Directive 43/18. Well, I think they really got a bargain on this one. Here we go, right here. It's $1.3 million. $1.3 million. What did they spend that on? Purchase of a parking lot at the Popeyes parking area next to the Walmart Supercenter, now defunct, on May 6, 2017, to be support of a FEMA Joint Field Office and requirements for employment parking for this facility. They purchased that land for $1.3 million. And it doesn't say where it's going to be at. It just says the Popeyes next to the Walmart Supercenter, now out of business. Well, here we go. We're getting over in Oregon. Oregon, they spent $15 million in your area for satellite services to support mobile EMS services. Pennsylvania, New Jersey, New Mexico. Money being sent out there for emergency management. Well, we'll go right here. Here's another one for coffins. See right there, people? This is U.S. dollars that is being spent. This only gets better. For Colorado, purpose of this modification, this was a modification from the original order, to extend for the performance of the said area identification to authenticate services and supplies needed to control area COR 1417. Well, COR 1417 is the identification of a concentration camp, or a FEMA camp, excuse me, right next to the United States Air Force College. They're in Colorado Springs. Now, at this facility, there is 6 crematories on site. It's already manned with guards. These guards are not U.S. military. They are assigned personnel from the United Nations. They are in military dress. Where they're from, who knows? They could be Soviets. They could be Chinese. They could be North Koreans for all we know. But they're not American. Here's another one. Nevada. Modification Task Force to move contracts to assigned Joint Field Office and facility near Carson City, Nevada. They spent $7.1 million on that one. The one in Colorado, these coffins to be shipped there, this was a $894 million purchase. This is through Altec again. But they also noted right up here that an additional $216 million to be sent to Relax, China. Relax is a code name for whoever the corporation in China and where it's at in China. But coffins. And here's another one for coffins. For Oregon, the Commonwealth of Northern Mariana Islands, that these coffins, they spent $25.1 million. Purpose of modifications to FEMA facility outside of Portland to relocate all staff and supplies to this area. And it goes on and goes on. And most of this fell under a stroke of a pen by Barack Obama. It fell under Health Bill 6566, Mass Fatality Planning and Religious Consideration Act. There it is, people. You can get this from the Freedom of Information Act. Let me read you what it is, the introduction of this bill. And it was introduced before the President on 9/28/2012. The Administrator amends the Homeland Security Act of 2002, the Rex 84, the required Administrator of the Federal Emergency Management Agency, FEMA, to provide guidelines to and coordinate with appropriate individuals in appropriate assigned areas, including representatives from different communities who will oversee and choose. Remember your constituents that elected these people? Some will make it and some won't, as long as their butts are saved. This is a nonprofit. This is also to include nonprofit and religious organizations to prepare for and respond to natural disasters, acts of terrorism, or other man-made disasters that result in mass fatalities. And for you people out there that think this rapture is going to happen, I got a little information right there. The rapture is not going to happen, people. It's not called the rapture. That's false teaching. It's not going to happen. You know the Bible. God shows no favoritism. None. But why are you not being told about 6566? Director of the Federal Emergency Management Agency shall follow all liaison and representatives from the United Nations guidelines that the different communities, private sectors, and nonprofit organizations and religious organizations will be ordered to prepare for funeral homes, crematories, cemeteries, and mortuaries that will be overwhelmed. This was given to the 112th U.S. Congress. There it is. Mr. Richardson. Mr. Richardson. You know what? It's pretty damn sad that elected officials are going to worry about themselves and really their constituents and go to these underground bunkers, and when in actuality they really don't care about nobody but themselves, as long as they get that vote. You know, I've talked a lot here now. You the people, you have to be the judge. But remember this, in any court of law, it don't matter where it's at, any court of law, the evidence speaks for itself. I've showed you what's going to happen. What's going to trigger Yellowstone? What is going on in Alaska? The things that they're not telling you about. FEMA has put camps in the zones that are not going to survive. Why would you send your first responders to Oregon, to Washington State? Why would you send your first responders to Denver or in the areas of like Salt Lake City, Billings, Montana? Why would you send them there unless you're so stupid and you think the American people are so stupid they will not catch on? The first responders are not going to come save you because they're not going to be around. I was plainly told bluntly that it was none of my business where they put the first responders. It was not my job titlement. Well, I don't have a job titlement. I'm here by voluntarily services only. And I could leave right now if I want to and leave everybody else to fend for yourself. Good luck. Tell me how that works out for you in the end. But I didn't. And neither did my brothers or my sisters. And those who think this is rubbish, This is pollywog. This is gibberish. You're hearing it from a hillbilly. God, where did they get this stuff? I don't know. I'm laughing about it because I had a couple of emails like that. But the ones that make them remarks, I overlook them. Because you're going to be the first ones that's going to scream the loudest. Please help me, save me. I am worthy to live. Oh, I didn't mean to say that. Oh, God. Yeah, well, look in the mirror and see what's looking back. Those who I'm talking to, I won't mention their names, but there is a lot of good people out there. The animals are being taken, and there's a lot of people coming up missing now. Ask yourself where they're going. Do you think them ships are out there just because, well, I've got a big imagination? Now, them ships are out there. And if you trust in what I'm showing you and believe in what I'm saying, those people will survive. You are going to be taken off this planet. And who knows, you will get a ringside seat to see the dragon show his butt. And let me tell you something. I talked to some of you people about the Aberline cycle, the opening of that 7th and final seal. What's it all about? What does it consist about? There it is. These are not props. This is Palladian physics. See that right up there? Every one of that. And I will explain it to you. The Aberline cycle is the opening up that 7th seal. Read Revelations 8. It will take place after that 1 hour meeting with my Father. What will I say on your behalf? What will I say for humanity? Hey, Dad, damn hillbilly, I know. You know what? You can call me anything you want to, but I'm going to see the next day. Are you? We're going to start with the cascade, because that's going to be the knockout punch. But it's going to start with events that will take place in Alaska. And then I go right up here to the geometrics of how the Earth rotation will affect these two areas. And when they happen, then we will come right down here in Yellowstone. Yellowstone. This is all physics. I'm not going to get you lost on physics. It is very complicated. I'm just giving you the plain and simple terminology. Pay attention, people. I'm not going to steer you wrong. I'm not here to fear-monger you. I'm showing you the evidence. And what you do with the evidence will be your decision. Make your decisions correctly. What is your heart telling you? Will you save somebody that you don't even know? Will you share your food with somebody, a perfect stranger? Will you give first aid to a wounded person? Even if you're young and full of vigor, oh, you know, this old fart don't know what he's talking about. I haven't got time to be doing all that. Anyway, I got to get back on my apps. I got to play Pokemon Go. You know what most people will be doing when Yellowstone blows? These people with these iPhones, they're going to be right there. Wow, look at that, dude. That is cool. Click, 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 click. Picture, 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 picture. And then, guess what? That'll be the last thing you ever do in this life. I'm trying to show you the facts. There's a lot of things happening, and I will keep those posted. I want to thank everybody for watching these videos. The evidence speaks for itself. The data speaks for itself. The science is absolute. You're not going to hear this on the evening news. Fox News is talking a little bit about it, but you won't hear it on CNN or ABC or NBC because of the gag orders. We all want to talk about the Russian probe and everything. Our president is going to drain the swamp. Really? No, the swamp is going to be buried. Period. I hope you are out of there when it gets buried. Unfortunately, you may not be. But then again, who knows? You might be at your golf club in Scotland. Do not think this is an American event, because it is not. This is going to be a global catastrophe. Many things are going to take place between now and then. Can I give a pinpoint? definitive, without a shadow of doubt, when it's going to take place? No, I cannot. I can only tell you that it is fastly approaching. My time with that 1 hour with my father is fastly approaching also. My brothers and sisters are all here, and some of them will be going with you to go with them ships that are out there, and there is more coming. This is not the great rapture. This is not false teachings. I am not a false prophet. Matter of fact, I'm not a prophet at all. I'm just giving you the facts. I'm a scientist. I am who I am. I am what I am. I will not change my ways for nobody. My father said I didn't have to. Not only is he my father, he's your father. And if he didn't care about you, guess what? There wouldn't be no human species left. We know where the Draconians are. We know where their bases are. And many of you do too. They will not survive this. I want you to survive it. Pay attention. I will give you current data. Do not take my word for a grain of salt. Do your own research. See what is out there. Separate the weeds from the flowers. Weed that garden. There is a new world coming, people. I invite you all to be part of it. And on that note, God bless, Godspeed, and I will try to answer all your questions, as many as I can. But I have other jobs and other responsibilities I have to take care of also. And even people like me and my brothers, we need to take a little break sometime too. I'm going to try to talk Dad to keep coffee around. Who knows? We might even get Hazelnut thrown in there. She knows who I'm talking about. Anyway, people, God bless you. We love you, and thank you for all your fine and kind responses. Now, I'll say one other thing before I go. I do not have time to answer questions about the dimensions and the elements and all that stuff. You do your own research. If that's what you are reading, so be it. I have a lot of responsibilities. I have a lot on my plate, just like Michael and Daniel do, and all my sisters do. So if I don't answer your question, don't think I'm just ignoring you. Do your own research. Talk among yourselves, okay? And on that note, I am going to have me a big enchilada supreme, since I have been up since, well, midnight tonight. I'm wide awake. I'm full of piss and vinegar, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. Not bad for a 65-year-old fart, but if we really want to go, not too bad for a 9,278-year-old, really old fart. Anyway, have a blessed day, people. Godspeed. Love you. Bye.